All right, here's Pearl with the next interview.
Thanks, Sims. After functioning as the de facto artistic director for the Fugard Theatre since its inception 8 years ago, founding producer Eric Abraham has appointed Greg Karvellas as its first artistic director. Karvellas is no stranger to the South African theatre space, having previously directed productions such as Oleanna, The Road to Mecca, Shakespeare in Love and Significant Other, amongst others. Karvellas, who has spent the last 4 years as general manager and resident director at the City Theatre, now joins us to tell us more about his new role. Greg, firstly, big congratulations and well done on your new appointment. What does it mean to you to be the very first artistic director of the Fugard Theatre?
Hi, good morning. Thank you for your kind words. It's hugely exciting for me. I've travelled a really long journey with the Fugard Theatre. I started in the bar department in 2011. So I've grown up with the Fugard Theatre a little bit. So really exciting. We're about to turn 10 years old in 2020. So there are a lot of changes happening, and I'm really excited to be part of the change.
Speaking of the change, I mean, what does your role as artistic director entail? And what would you say are just some of the changes that you would like to bring to the theatre?
Look, an artistic director traditionally focuses mainly on the artistic programming and the artistic running of a theatre, and they work with the executive producer and director, and it's really about looking at what kind of shows we want to present, what our audiences would like to see. Obviously, we're in the business of selling shows, so it's finding the most viable product, and it's really about helping sculpt and create the identity of a theatre. So that's sort of the traditional role of an artistic director. But the Fugard Theatre is a really special space. You know, we're an independent space. We don't get any government funding or corporate funding. We rely completely on ticket sales and the philanthropy of our founding producer, Eric Abraham. So it's really about us looking ahead over the next few years and seeing what kinds of shows we can present that will speak to a common humanity. That's really important to us. And also what entertains our audiences.
Now, your role as general manager and resident director over the past couple of years has really equipped you to, get to the position that you are today. Just in the past, in terms of what your audiences have seemed to enjoy or what they've seemed to relate to the most, what are some of those productions? How would you describe your audience's theatre production taste, if I can put it like that?
We offer a very diverse program at the Fugard. We go from musicals right down to one-man shows, comedy, drama, live music events. We run a cinema. So our audiences are demanding. They have a very particular. They've gotten quite used to a production value that we offer at the Fugard Theatre. Musicals do very well for us. I think as South Africans, we all love to sing and dance, so that's something that really speaks to us, to our audiences, as well as our smaller dramas. We have two spaces at the Fugard Theatre. We've got our studio theatre, which is 117 seats, and then our main space is 325 seats, which is a small space. So it's an incredibly intimate space. So our audiences have gotten used to that, to be able to come and watch a big West End style musical and not be more than 15 meters away from the stage, but also watch really touching, really important smaller drama works.
Working in the theatre space is something that a lot of people can find challenging because, there's a lack of funding, running and maintaining the theatre itself, lining up productions, and of course, ticket selling and marketing and all that kind of stuff can become a challenge. What would you say are some of the challenges that pose the Fugard Theatre at the moment, and what are some of the creative ways in which to overcome those challenges?
We're very lucky here in the Western Cape. We have a very rich theatre-going community, very widespread. We have a lot of wonderful spaces here all across Cape Town and the surrounding areas, and all present wonderful work, a lot of amazing South African work, original work, which is something we really focus on, original musicals, telling South African stories by South African storytellers. But live entertainment will always have its struggles, as you say. One of the biggest is, I guess, online content, Netflix, television, movies. So that is a big challenge for us, but one thing you can't beat is a live show, and I really think we've got that going for us, and especially with the kind of content we're presenting. We've seen a big growth in our audiences coming to the live theatre because it offers something that I think things like television and movie and online entertainment can't. As you say, funding is always a big challenge across the board for all theatres. Theatre is art, and art is very challenging to do, and it takes a lot of time and a lot of resource and a lot of passion and a lot of talent. But again, we're very lucky in this country to have a lot of that. So while we may lack in resource in terms of funding, what we're not short of is stories and talent and people really passionate about the industry.
All right, Greg, that's where we'll leave it this morning. Thank you very much for your time and all the best there at the Fugard Theatre. That's Greg Karvellas, who is the Fugard Theatre's first artistic director, newly appointed as well.